We have seen this State Department Inspector General fired under these circumstances. It is remarkable to have the Secretary of State saying, yeah, I'm the one who told the president to get him out of there. We've also seen the Defense Department Inspector General, the Intelligence Community Inspector General, the HHS Inspector General, all fired, all sort of Friday night news dumps trying to keep it out of the news cycle. And in pretty quick succession, is the president with this series of firings, is he violating not just the spirit, but the letter of the law in terms of how these things are supposed to be handled? Isn't he at least supposed to notify Congress of why he's doing it if he does want to fire some of these folks?
Well, not only is he required to notify Congress why he's doing it, he's required to give 30 days notice so that there, can be action taken by Congress to protect some of these inspectors general. Listen, democracies don't tend to hang around as long as ours has. And it's because, it's completely natural for human beings to try to accumulate as much power as possible. And so over the years, as the bureaucracy around presidents have gotten bigger and bigger, we've developed some additional checks beyond those that are in the Constitution. And one of them are inspectors general, because Congress just can't see everything that's happening in multi-billion-dollar departments like the State Department. And so as much as Trump has taken, an assault on the constitutional checks on his power, he is now also taking these pot shots at the statutory checks on his power, like inspectors general. And I just don't have the ability to see wrongdoing, given how big and how cumbersome and complicated the State Department is without an inspector general there. And that's why this is so worrying. The eyes of Congress just are not good enough to see what's happening inside the administration without independent IGs.
We have seen a small number of your Republican colleagues in the Senate express some discomfort with what the president has done here, and specifically with firing this State Department IG, Mr. Linick. Do you think that the concern is bipartisan enough in the Republican-controlled Senate that we might see him testifying in the Senate about his work and the circumstances of his firing? Do you think that the Republican-controlled Senate will do anything to try to stop what the president's been doing here, and also to get to the bottom of what this firing might have been trying to cover up?
No. No, they won't. Listen, they're fantastic, Republicans in the Senate, at expressing alarm and concern. Occasionally, they even send a letter in which they put on the record their alarm and concern. What they're really bad at is actually doing anything to stop this president. Listen, ultimately, this is all about an election in November. If you really care about stopping the president from removing the checks on his power, then you have to put in charge of the Senate people who are going to actually do something about it, not just occasionally send out a statement or send a letter. I reserve the right to be monumentally surprised by my Republican colleagues, but I have literally been part of this script about 1,000 times in the last 3 years. And I think once again, they're going to let the president get away with murder.